If you're bored of the usual H&M, ZARA, UNIQLO, and you want to start experimenting more, but don't know where to start, here are 10 underrated fashion brands you need to know about. You guys absolutely loved part 1 to this, so I figured I'd make it into a series. Here is part 2. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, or you might miss one of my videos and be stuck wearing the same mall brands that everyone else is wearing. First up is a brand that goes by the owner's name, which is Kody Phillips. This brand features a lot of workwear inspired pants and outerwear. More recently, I think they've gone more into like a high fashion, old American sort of vibe. They like to include all these pockets in different places, which I'm a big fan of. They also have this military netted crew neck, which kind of reminds me of like a ghillie suit from Battlefield or Call of Duty. My personal favorite piece from them has to be this cargo shorts with the circular pocket. I love excessive pockets for whatever reason, and the unique circular one is a refreshing take on the regular square pocket that you see. I'm also a fan of the nylon pants as well as the pilot hoodie. Lots of great options if you're into this sort of workwear aesthetic. The next brand is a brand that goes by the name ART-E-FFICIAL. This brand hosts more minimal clothing with a focus more on cut and fabric. They don't have too many pieces, but what they do have seems to be very curated and intentional, which I like. Some notable items are the black uniform jacket that features a two-way zipper. Their mohair sweaters also look great, and the white wash denim is very much giving like an Acne Studios type of vibe. I like that the brand focuses on more simple but daily wearable type of clothing. A lot of these pieces are very versatile and can be styled in a lot of different outfits. The plaid two-way zip is also kind of interesting. I think what they do well is curating great essential pieces for a more well-rounded wardrobe. Next up is a brand called Cartel. These guys have a more grunge look and feel to them. They're definitely not as daily wearable as the previous brand. However, they do feature some very interesting pieces, like this R.Armor hoodies series. Looks like the hoodie features these padded shoulders, which is pretty cool in my opinion. I don't really see that a lot in hoodies. It's also styled with a belt on their website, which looks pretty cool for a photo. Belt is removable, so that's cool. You get a hoodie and a belt. I also just noticed that the specific hoodie I like has a unique number printed on the back, so it looks like no two hoodies have the same number, which is really cool and just a small detail that I feel like pushes the garment just that much further. Next up, we got a brand called Dulce 1000. From what I know, he is an independent designer who makes everything himself. You can tell just by looking at each piece that it was meticulously crafted. I really like how everything is so cohesive and signature to that Dulce look. Each piece features this cut and sew design element. For example, the hoodie has this crazy layering detail, which adds a lot of dimension and complexity to an otherwise regular piece of clothing. The price is definitely not cheap, but you're paying for that complex pattern that you really can't find anywhere else. And if you can, you're most likely gonna have to pay double or maybe even triple what Dulce is charging. So I think it's pretty good value for what you're paying. The sample right here is so cool, and the added like gray attachment at the waist here, very cool. I would love to see this get made. Reminds me of Elliot Emile, but with a little bit more like a streetwear edge instead of that clean uniform aesthetic. Next up is a brand called Badson. This brand looks like it's a German brand in my opinion, but it's actually based in Utah, which is kind of nice. You don't have to pay for the shipping. They have this almost alien-like feel to their garments, which slightly reminds me of the brand Huni Design that I mentioned in my last video with the circles and whatnot, but it's definitely in its own lane for sure. Their social media is really good. It does show that they have a lot of good selection, including these cool cherry blossom jeans. I also like this pink and blue jean set. I love the play on everyday clothes taken to like an extreme. It's subtle but loud at the same time. My favorite part, like most brands, is the lack of graphics. I definitely prefer clothes that are more based on design language and altering the general pattern versus just a big graphic, you know? Next up is a brand called Nooon.online. This brand has a futuristic feel, and I really like the slight gray hue of this sweater and the fact that it's like layered. I also think that it is actually multiple layers, so when you buy it, you can wear the 2 layers separately, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Not many pieces can do that. They have a collaboration with Zellerfeld, which, if you guys aren't familiar, is a 3D footwear company that is focused on on-demand products made using the same material, and it's like sustainable, and the shoes are really cool if you're into that like futuristic aesthetic. It's almost like an art piece. I'm really curious what they look like on body and if they're actually comfortable. I did just see that they don't offer returns, which is kind of disappointing, so I would just make sure to check their size chart before placing an order. Next up is a more controversial brand that I'm going to quickly mention, NoFaithStudios. This brand has gotten mixed reviews online. Some people say they really love the brand. Other people say they had bad experience when it comes to the quality control and the customer service. It's a very wide range in pricing for items. They did have a collaboration with Puma, so they're not exactly a small-time brand. I don't know how I feel about the shoes, but I do like that they went all out with the collab. It looks very much their vibe. Overall, their bottoms do look good. Whatever sales they have would probably be worth it, but like I mentioned earlier, I think it's best to proceed with like one item at a time. They do unfortunately have that history tied to them. Next up is a really cool brand called Troubled Waters. This brand features a bunch of dark minimal garments. The clothes remind me a lot of the brand Hamkus, but a little bit more wearable and at a more approachable price point. Their art direction is also very cool. I found out about this brand through a guy on Instagram who has really cool outfits, and the outfit that he came up with wearing this was just so cool. I think the price that they sell their stuff is also great as well. Just looking at everything, it does seem like they do sell out quick though, but it makes sense. Everything is priced pretty fair in my opinion. I really like this cargo shoulder bag. It just looks super tactical and just over the top. This Onizuka track jacket is also very cool, and I mean, for $150, that's a great price. Some designer brand would definitely mark that up again way more than $150, so definitely got some good steals on this website. Next up is a brand called Moonlight Mansion. These guys sell more streetwear clothes at a pretty affordable price point. Their washed knit sweaters look like a good deal to me. Lots of different color options as well. A great selection of pants. It looks like they use a lot of influencers too, which is kind of cool because it gives you a good idea of how to style their pieces. I do like this backpack with all the straps on it. It looks very tactical and military-esque. Also, this Range Runner shoe also looks pretty cool. A bit pricey, but a lot of details to it, which I do like. And the middle zip is kind of dope. It kind of looks like the Balenciaga track runners from the top-down view. Definitely Balenciaga inspired for sure. Their bombers though, I wouldn't get the bomber. I feel like it looks pretty ordinary, but this puffer looks way cooler and costs way less. Definitely more worth getting the puffer. Overall, they have great stuff. Nothing exactly groundbreaking, but a good spot if you're looking for solid options that aren't too expensive. The last brand on this list is a brand called Aesyntx. I think that's how you say it. I like that it's clean and layered. It's more on the pricey side, but still cool and worth mentioning. This blazer jacket looks cool. Again, very clean and intentional. It's like clean tech wear, almost like a futuristic workwear. If I was a girl though, I would definitely rock this stuff. Last is a honorable mention. I think this is an independent designer, but just look at this jacket. It's ridiculous, it's expensive, but it is kind of cool. Something about it is really cool. There's so much detail and play when it comes to the shapes with all the zippers and the leather and the layers. I love that exaggerated neckline. Not a big fan of the real leather, but that aside, it's a really interesting piece that you're definitely not going to see every day. This moto jacket is also pretty cool. I don't know if I could ever justify spending that much on a jacket, but still cool to see these crazy like cyberpunk designs and clothing. But yeah, this is more of like a fashion inspo for me. I like the lookbook photos and the general feel of this stuff. Izzy Do, I think the guy's name is Izzy Do. But yeah guys, if you guys made it this far, please don't forget to leave a like. It really does help the channel. If you happen to not see part 1, you can CFAR 1 right here. And if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like. It really helps the channel out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.